This screencast is an overview of the guidelines for your assignment for the Level 1 module, Understanding and Reviewing the Evidence. The following presentation will outline everything you need to know to complete your assignment, and you can also find a link on Moodle in the Assessment Information section where you can download the written guidelines. Your assessment for this module is a written paper of 2,500 words in length, in which you'll provide a discussion of evidence-based practice in relation to one of 4 health conditions from which you will be given a choice. Details of these choices will be provided shortly in this presentation. The purpose of your assessment is to illustrate your understanding of the key principles and concepts of the evidence-based practice process within occupational therapy, and you should do this in context with a person living with the health condition or health difficulty you have chosen. The choice of health condition or health difficulty you make should be from one of the following 4 options: forensic mental health, stroke, dementia, or falls. You should structure your assignment in a logical way, making appropriate use of section headings as necessary. We recommend that you include the following sections as a basis for presenting your work. Your introduction should include a brief introduction to your assignment and should tell the reader what to expect from reading on. You should briefly mention the general topic area of evidence-based practice and introduce your chosen health condition or health difficulty. Within the main discussion section of your essay, you will need to provide commentary on a number of things which are covered in the next few slides. But overall, make sure that you place your discussion within the policy context of evidence-based practice in health and social care and of your chosen health condition. The following areas need to be addressed. What is evidence-based practice? In relation to your chosen health condition, why do you think that evidence-based practice is a necessary part of health and social care practice? And what do we actually mean by evidence? Consider different types of evidence and how they can support occupational therapy practice in the area of your chosen health condition. You should also identify available resources that might be useful for evidence-based practice for the occupational therapist who is working with the chosen health condition. In this section, you need to consider the types of resources that are helpful for evidence-based occupational therapy practice that you've come across during your studies on this module. The COT has produced a handy evidence briefing to which you'll find a link on Moodle, and within this there's a good section of resources produced by the COT to support evidence-based practice. You might find this a good starting point. You also need to consider what the role of research is within the evidence-based practice process, and what are the ethical issues associated with evidence-based practice and also research in health and social care. For the final part of your main discussion section, you will need to consider things that an occupational therapist might do to ensure that they are practicing in an evidence-based way in relation to your chosen health condition. You will need to provide and discuss some examples for this. And finally, you should have a concluding section. Your conclusion should provide a summary of the key points, so the main things that you've identified from your discussion, and also, using your skills of reflective practice, you should provide a brief reflection on what you have learned from having completed this module and the assignment. Please ensure that you include a reference list. Your reference list should include a minimum of 10 references to support your work, and you should aim to demonstrate proper use of this range of references. We expect that you refer to a range of different resources such as research papers from journals, policy documents, other documents such as reports from government and relevant professional bodies, books and internet sources. And you should make sure that you illustrate competence in citing these variously as both direct quotes and paraphrases and acknowledging the sources appropriately. Please ensure that you use the University Harvard referencing system to reference your sources. You will find a link to the guidelines available on Moodle. If you have any questions about the assignment, please feel free to ask any member of the module team, either after lectures and seminars or via email. We will produce a frequently asked question bank for everyone to benefit from if you do have questions. And remember, the submission deadline for your assignment is Friday the 6th of April 2018, no later than 11:55 a.m. You'll find a Dropbox for your submission on Moodle.